It's been kind of amazing. Even how I got here was just sort of amazing. The opportunity to teach here was just came out of the blue. All of a sudden I get this phone call. I was like dangling a treat in front of me, and I rose to the bait. And I found a home. I found one student that first semester, and then it grew and it grew and it grew and it grew.
Vicky is a person who not only sees what is, but also what could be. It was really mostly her vision that TI became a school now that offers a health science major for all the students to go into various fields.
That what they learned here would be just as useful, just as good as, just as strong as, just as up to date as students in any college in this country.
After taking all my prerequisites at TI and a lot of sciences with Mrs. Weisenberg, I went on to North Park for nursing school. And without a question, I was completely and totally prepared for all my nursing classes. I graduated at the top of my class. I felt completely prepared and always thankful to Mrs. Weisenberg.
I love what I'm doing. You have to love what you're doing. You have to enjoy the excitement of walking into a classroom. And yeah, I am nervous every time I walk into the class. My stomach is wandering around. If I weren't, I don't think I could do a good job.
One of the reasons my daughter loved her so much is because she made science come alive for her. Everything was sudden discovery. Everything was exciting, and Vicky was enthusiastic.
Everything she did was exciting. Everything she did, she had something to show you how it actually worked. TI doesn't have a cadaver lab, but she made sure we went to Oakton and actually did cadavers there. You'll always remember where all the different parts of your thigh and your leg, because she brought in a chicken and we went through it and actually, dissected that thigh and leg of the chicken and looked at all the muscles and all the arteries and all the veins.
It's almost like having a dinner party. You make sure that everything's in place. You're welcoming people into your home. You want them comfortable. You give them a little excitement. And you want them to leave feeling satisfied, having gained something. That's home. That's home. Every new class is a new goal, a new opportunity. We play in class, but I'm dead serious about getting students who are competent, who are strong, who love what they do.
And she was always very, very meticulous about all the medical terms and all the things, because she wanted the students to really know it. And sometimes, I would say a lot of times, she pushed them really hard. And when the students were going through it, they sometimes felt very upset. And it was only afterwards they realized how much she had given them by not letting them take the easy way out. It was a lesson not only for class and for whatever field they're going into, but in life itself. Because she always pushes herself to be the best she could be. And the students saw that, and now they also try to do that.
I do mother my students, but I love them, but it's tough love. You're playing with students' lives. You must respect them. They have to come first. I've sort of adopted every kid I've ever had in class, whether they wanted it or not.
Vicky loved teaching. And teaching didn't just mean in the classroom. It meant outside when she planted things with the girls. It meant taking them places, taking them to her house when she was ill so that she could teach them. To go when a student had had children or was on bed rest, to go to that student to make sure she wouldn't fall behind. When a student had a problem with fixing a dress for her sister's wedding, it was Vicky who did the alterations.
One girl, this actually was at St. Francis, had a broken leg. I sat in the hospital, gave her final. Gave one woman who just gave birth, gave her final, sat around, saw her newborn baby, she took her test. So many students have confided in me, have shared their dreams with me. There have been tears, more laughs than tears.
She came to my wedding, which was a year and a half after I left TI, and my kids always ask me, who's that lady that you're dancing with? When I said to my husband that I was coming here to do this video, he said to me, he's like, for who? I was like, the lady that I danced with at the wedding that the kids always ask? He's like, oh, Mrs. Weisenberg. She's definitely been a part of my life. She's, definitely someone I'll always remember in that way.
I will miss most of the students when I leave TI. I will miss the support of others here. Debbie Feverman is just an angel. Dr. Scott, Mrs. Lipschitz, they've been so supportive. Rabbi Olstein has been great. The other faculty, particularly Shana, Malky, they're buddies. They're great. I will miss them. I hope we will continue our friendship. Rich Aronoff, your office has been a sanctuary for all of us. When you're down, you energize us. When we're too high, you calm us down. Everybody feels the same, and I hope we can continue our friendship. That's what I'll miss.
We are greatly indebted to Mrs. Weisenberg for teaching us how to teach, for teaching us science, and for teaching us and modeling for us how to be lifelong learners. We're all going to miss her energy, her enthusiasm, her passion for her teaching, and her passion for her students.